Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. So, I think we're going to go with no Mineral Misers Act, no laws that cost influence. This feels like a really big bonus, and it's not small. Primus is the only system we have that currently benefits from it, and in fact, neither Pixis nor Acellus, which we're kind of close to getting, have strategic resource deposits either, so they wouldn't see any benefit. Now, there is something to be said for the fact that it will help us run singularities more often, but in the end, most of what this does is provide us with a roughly 45-point influence, or industry boost, on this planet. I say 45 rather than the, higher number that is 45% of 126, because, as far as I'm aware, percentage bonuses stack additively, not multiplicatively, and the pre-singularity industry output of this system is about 101. So, a loss of 45 industry is not like a tiny thing, but we really do need our influence. Being able to accelerate progress toward the final industrialist law is a big deal. So, my hope here is that we can generate... 300 influence by turn 35 is going to be a tall order. Is going to rely on us probably getting one or maybe even two random quests that give influence as a reward, but it's not impossible that happens. If it doesn't happen, then we just try to make sure that we have enough influence by turn 41 so that we can follow the normal election with a government change, and then maybe follow that with another government change. We'll see how the influence works out. So we may then be able to spend some on relationships. Where are we at with you guys? Okay, we're actually going to be able to try to assimilate them next turn. That could be useful. So yeah, I think that's where we're at here. We have... Oh, this. Somebody told me that this quest is what spawned that fleet that has the medium ship in it, which means that we should not expect that fleet to go anywhere. It's just going to hover around that system, which means that this quest is impossible until we can either defeat that ship in combat or, construct a fleet that could just withstand fire from it for 4 turns. So I'm going to reassign our hero out of the fleet back to our system in 1 turn. Okay, are there any other changes that we need to make? Are we all good here? I guess, do we want to run any other laws? Any cheap laws? I think this is pretty obviously a no. Where does 30 influence put us? Or 30 approval. 30 approval has us universally ecstatic. Ecstatic and devoted. We don't really need the dust bonus from that. We won't get a meaningful food bonus from it. We'll get an influence bonus, but again, not meaningful. Not more than like a point or 2. That said, a point or 2 is still something. But the science boost actually is pretty interesting. Like, do we have important stuff that we need to research? I guess we need access to the market. Now that we have the ability to rush stuff with dust, we're going to want to actually be able to get dust. We need... we still need free space travel. We need anything that can give us influence or approval. Oh, culture center. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we do actually have some important research coming up. 10% industry lost, huh? Well, it's going to be about 10 points here. About 10 points there. About 5 points here. That hurts, but... is it necessary? Well, I guess there's the point that the museums will require it to actually be good, but maybe it's not worth running until we have the museums. The science boost is significant, but... how much really do we need to rush these things? We're not even going to be able to build this anytime soon, because we have a lot of other stuff that needs building. Yeah, I think it's probably not worth running. Okay, so what else do we need to do this turn? Does this fleet have anything important? And we need to keep it here so that we can reassign the hero in 1 turn. We just shoot out some probes? Actually, look at that. that is a minor faction influence bubble. Alright, is there anywhere else that we could shoot a probe that would be meaningful? Actually, there's another influence bubble over here. I think this will reach far enough to reveal that system. And then do we want to... I guess we could shoot another probe down this way. This is no longer into the center, so it's a little bit less likely to yield anything of value. I guess we'll just, pick major directions that we haven't really cleared out yet. I don't know that we're going to find anything over here. But more intel is always good. Okay, I think that's it for the turn. We just gotta wait until, Actually, you know what? With these guys showing so many curiosities and us not really having any influence to spend on our relationships from now on because we need the influence for other things, maybe we should accelerate the research of baryonic shielding. Like, move this to the other side of it. So that we can get over here and explore their curiosities and get approval with them that way. And it's probably a good idea. Okay, let's go. Let us keep moving forward. So, we have completed our initial faction quest. I kind of forgot that that's what we were doing. We got the statistics quest here. Ooh. Okay, yeah, actually, that's totally free, too. This is exactly the kind of thing we needed to see. So, stockpile, 1700 dust. I don't know that 80 influence is going to get us there for turn... what do you call it? For turn 35, but it will at least give us a shot. Okay, so, maintain an empire approval level of 60 or higher for 16 turns. To get this thing, I'm assuming... The unusual wording here, +5 approval with major faction instead of on major faction, I assume means that in a system where we build this, we will get 5 points of approval as long as there is at least 1 point of major population, and not that in a system where we build this, we will get 5 points of approval per major population, which would be incredibly powerful, and I would be very surprised to see at a cost of 320 industry. So this is 5 approval per system. I don't think that's very good. Recruit gives us a hero, Scavenger Seeker. I don't remember exactly what Scavenger does. I think it's mostly food. Seeker, though, has a Tier 1 science bonus and a Tier 2 influence bonus, doesn't it? So that's pretty compelling. Colonize a new system and raise its science to 60. We are about to colonize a new system. In fact, this might trigger on systems that we gain through assimilation. So this actually could be really easy to do. And this is... okay, this is the same thing as the other one. So yeah, let's do this. Let's get ourselves a hero. Free hero. Okay, we have made some progress with these guys. Let's see what they want. They would like it if I would reach 70 approval in my empire and maintain it for 10 turns. I think that's very doable. Okay, well first... let's reassign our hero. This said 1 turn ago, didn't it? Am I imagining that? That's a little worrying. Did I bug our hero somehow? Well, I think we really need our National Museum up, but... and maybe we need to focus on machine embodiment, though. We probably need to focus on machine embodiment, right? What is this going to be right now? Even if we were ecstatic, this is only 14, 15, 6, sorry, we go up by 2. 16 points of influence per turn. That's actually like a huge amount. Yeah, by the time it's done, we'll have another Epistis, and this is a big deal. We need to get this soon. All right, I'm gonna hold off on increasing our Riftborn population a little bit. And actually, I want to move you back here, right? Yeah, because that doesn't drop us an approval level, and it gets us industry, whereas this system, or this planet rather, has no industry. Okay. That said, if we want to run a 70% approval rating, I guess if we put in that law, that would do it. Have to hold that law for 10 turns, and it'll reduce our industry enough that it'll add a turn to the National Museum. But it'll get us a system. And Pulsos, which are good population, and Thinkers and Tinkers, which is not very good, but is totally fine. It's like absolutely a barely acceptable thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Maybe this is inadvisable. There's something to be said for the research, I guess. Science bonus is not nothing. Alright, let's put down on Chang. I don't think there's any reason not to do this. We can pour some Hyperium into the outpost to get it rolling a little faster. Yeah, okay. 8 turns. That's not too bad. We're 5 turns off of this completing, so this will complete on 35 and give us another 80 influence, which actually is going to... Oh man. If we complete this and Vital Statistics, and we manage to keep our influence level above 20, at least 20 per turn for the next 5 turns, we will be at 300 influence on turn 35. And there's no reason that should decrease, right? It should only go up. Especially as people are born in Primus. Although I guess we don't have anybody else to spin project. Given that we're growing, I probably want to put the spin project on here, and I want to use dust to rush things where I can. So yeah, that's a little bit more influence per turn. Yeah, we might actually be able to do this. I don't know that it's going to turn out to really be that valuable, but... Alright, I'm going to end turn here, and we're going to really, really hope that allows me to reassign my hero. Because the extra industry from my hero might help get this done a bit faster. Okay, yes. This time 1 turn did actually pass. And we just... Yeah, Optimal Operations Expert is definitely right. More industry is always right. Okay, so that took a couple of turns off the National Museum, actually. Alright, well, it's all coming along slowly. Yes, like I said, this fleet is never going to move. We're just going to have to kill them. This medium ship is only showing 1,000 attack power and 273 defense. As far as medium ships go, this is actually very weak. It's just relative to our ships at, like... 36, 165. Pretty terrifying. 36, really? Man, that's a very small number. That's an embarrassingly small number. Okay, so we've met another minor faction. It's the nearest. They have plus approval on fertile planets. Yeah, you know, that could help offset our weaknesses a little bit. So we just finished baryonic shielding. The scout ship needs to break free here and get a move on. I guess we probably... Hold on, can we give you faster engines? We probably have some faster engines, right? Yeah. Actually, what we should probably do is go double engines and then a Hyperium probe module. And I don't want it to be the titanium probe module because we really can't afford to spend titanium on stuff. Like, we need all of our titanium to be for singularities right now. I do think that the titanium module is generally very good. Yeah, this will be fine. So now you're fast enough to actually get over there. Should I also put another gun in here just in case? Yeah, it didn't really change the upgrade cost too much. I think that's fine. Alright, so... Okay, apparently we had praised them. The praise is going to take us to 40 over the next 6 turns. So we just need a little bit of love. That said, these guys are warmongers. And I think they will attack our ship if it arrives there. I'm probably allowed to flee to a minor faction planet that's not hostile, though, right? So you have 3 curiosities. Yeah, it would be really cool if we could go to Aquarius and search some of their curiosities, but I'm afraid I'll get attacked. So we could just go to Nakos instead. I think if we get attacked, we'll be able to flee. It won't be a big deal. And you know what? I guess there's no particular reason for these ships to just sit here. What can we be doing with these? We can have them out here scouting, I guess. Let's split these up. The Endeavor's actually quite quick. Yeah, let's see what's this way. And this other ship can go to Sable on the way out to this stuff. Nothing out here is actually going to stop us. Alright, Gobris probably just wants to finish making machine embodiment, right? Like, I do want this, but this system really gains a lot of industry from each citizen, so it's probably fine to go machine embodiment first. Alright, so next turn we'll have access to the market. We can sell stuff. Who have we met? It's the Mavros. Okay, shipbuilders is a fine trait. It's not a big deal, but Mavros themselves are a pretty good population unit. So it would be cool to get that. We just really, really have to conserve influence here. Okay. Yeah, it would be really cool if we could get out here and search that for them. It would only give us 20 approval, so we'd have to drop 10 more on them, but that's very doable. Alright, so this coming turn, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what beautiful things we could rush. What do we want to do with you? This is still... that's very expensive. It would be useful, though, right? To rush that and be able to move our population to a planet that produces influence. Although, not very much influence. And it's a pretty small planet, and the population here is low. I think we'd probably do this first, right? How much money can we get to if we sell off all of our extraneous crap? Do we want to hold on to the Eden incense? We have a source of it somewhere, don't we? Yeah, in the capital. On Primus 3, which is a boreal world. And then... actually nowhere else that we can see. So maybe we hold on to this, because this actually represents a fair amount of mining time. Also, it would only be 155 dust. And then we could sell off some Hyperium if we wanted. Maybe honestly, we could go pretty hard on it. So we can't quite get to enough to just rush building Psychic Goja. Next turn we could rush our National Museum. And then get this system back to building other stuff. That's probably a good idea. Also, we are no longer ecstatic here. It has not quite pulled us out of Devoted. We might want to fiddle with it next turn. Pull somebody off of Vanguard. For now, though, I think we're pretty happy with how things are going. 4 turns left on that. So we've done this. Yeah. So we're about to get 160 influence from quest rewards. Alright, I think this was the moment, right? So that's done, and that's done, and our new fleet is immediately under attack. What do we have here? It is a single missile ship versus our actually pretty okay missile ships. Let's handle that then. Tikkanen now like us enough to theoretically maybe let us stay here? We'll see. I've always been a little annoyed by this because it says they will let you retrofit your ships there, which means that they should be friendly enough to let you actually be there, but my experience has been that usually you are not allowed to just hang out. Let's definitely give ourselves a compression singularity. In fact, probably here, right? This is where that costs us the least, or maybe up here? Yeah, we can slow the development of this for a little while. Man, look at all this natural growth that's going to be occurring over here. I'm actually fine with it. We just don't like... Riftborn population is great, but man, we just don't have the time to build Riftborn population everywhere. So let's do this. Is this a thing worth rushing? Probably not. We probably want to focus on getting this done so that we can get this system back to working on other stuff. Like this. Okay. Come on, taking in just... I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to try to fire off a couple of probes real fast. Nope. Instantly attacked, despite the fact that we are friendly to them. Well, then we have to retreat. There's no escape route available because I'm not allowed to retreat to here, despite the fact that this is absolutely a place where I am allowed to be. Fantastic. Well, if there's no escape route available, then we have to just do the battle. They are missile ships, and I installed bullet weapons, so if we turtle, maybe I survive? All I have to do is not die. It's not about killing them. Nope. No survivor. So, probably what we have to do here is this instead. How annoying is that? But right, I need probe ships out here. And we are discovering some interesting things. What is this? Some tiny little colonizable worlds. This place has, ooh, 17,000 Islands Bridge is a pretty great anomaly. And some gas worlds that would eventually be valuable. Yeah, that's interesting. Alright, let's do our government thing. The cost went up. The cost went up because we acquired another system. Well, acquiring the other system is the thing that also gave us the influence. So, like, there's no version of this where we could get it done, it turns out. But that is interesting because it means that we can do some other stuff. Like, I guess at this point we could just wait for these to wear off before praising them again. We can give you guys a little bit of attention, I believe. Yeah, any faction that is a warmonger will attack your ships instead of allowing them to orbit. You guys are actually not warmongers, despite the fact that that is how you are portrayed in the fiction. So we do need to just give some approval to these guys, or influence to these guys. Although we do also have to make sure that we're going to have enough influence to do another government change right after our next government change ends. We're probably talking about quite a lot of influence there, actually, so why don't we just hold off? Plus... Oh, interesting. There's another player out here somewhere. Well, that would be annoying if they got a hold of this. We still have Pixis as sort of like the bottleneck to the rest of our empire, so it's not the end of the world. I'm super annoyed by this. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cancel this shadow. We're going to put up a Geist in its place. We're going to go grab Farver. No reason not to take everything, right? And you guys... Boy, what do you guys do? I guess just guard? I don't think there's anything actually valuable that they could get up to. We could explore with them, but I'm a little nervous about doing that and letting other stuff through, particularly, like, unfallen ships. I think it's a good idea, given our current status, to limit access to information about our empire. Because we are certainly not very tough. Okay, so we found the end of this particular direction. We can head... Let's see, it'll be 12 turns to get to here, or 11 to get to here, and then more than one turn to travel that star lane, I'm sure. So I guess the endeavor is going this way. Let's just find out what is beyond Mavros space. My guess is a couple more minor factions. And we're going to speed up Primus, because there's still a lot of important stuff to build here. And you know what? I will absolutely rush this. Let's get all of the ships done. Alright, so let's launch over here. We can... The nearest will at least allow us to explore curiosities for them. And what I tell you, we're being attacked at Pixis already. Well, I assume that this is going to be... Yeah, a very similar battle. And then the one after that, even more similar. More similar still. Okay, this is cool. 150 influence. I think the amount of influence that you get from that quest is dependent on how late it shows up. Is this the same deal? It totally is. He's not attacking us. Thing is, I really want to be careful about losing this ship, because I don't have time to build new ones. And his ship is actually better than ours. Well, we could probably make that money, right? Give us a little buffer. Alright, so apparently we take enough damage while fighting these ships that I can't necessarily afford to fight 2 in a row. It's definitely in our best interest to prevent them from building up here. Alright, we were beaten to the Endless Park and Research World, and also to having 8 planets colonized. We weren't actually that far off of that one. If I had realized that that was on the table, we might have been able to get that. I had to pay more attention to the minor deeds. Alright, drone networks is nice, easy 10 industry. Yeah, it's definitely the right play. We're at a very industry-heavy point in our game here. Or at least what we would like to be a very industry-heavy point. So we need to wait until after the turn 40 election. We're going to throw the government into upheaval. We're actually producing a pretty good amount of influence now. So, plus 20 science on system. There are no anomalies on our colonized planets, right? No, there is one. So we're producing 507 science right now. This would be 40 more. Or we could grab Efficiency Aficionado, which does not give us any extra industry from hot planets. There is one, we just don't have it yet. So we're looking at 40 science versus 10 industry. Or increased resource... Yeah, actually, increased resource gathering, I think, is probably right. Is it? This is a lot of science. We're going to take the science. Yeah, improved resource gathering is good, but that's a lot of science. So, Boreal is fertile. Not a planet type that we particularly like. Let's see, we have the ability to do this. I guess there's nothing else really to do here. Alright, we can put a little bit of dust into that. I'm not going to be able to buy it out entirely, but we can start in on it at least. Alright, you're going to arrive next turn. Hopefully get us some cool loot from scouting. And Pixis... Yeah, you know what? We need to know what that is. In fact, that's how much I need to know what that is. And then... We don't need this. We could just grab that planet next, but probably it makes more sense to keep building machine embodiment. So need to produce as many Riftborn as possible here, especially like until we get to the level the 20 pop bonus. We really want to focus on producing Riftborn. Alright, so we've gotten ourselves a new minor faction. And in doing so, accomplished this. And you guys may as well just go exploring immediately. There are resources available here, but not actually available... Oh man, this is an interesting system. We're actually about to have a little bit of starvation occur. That's fine. So let's make a Riftborn, then we'll make a Riftborn to fill in this slot, then we'll make the drone networks. And the reason I want to do it that way is that I don't produce enough food to make the Pulsos fill in the slot instead. We have had a Hiroshima appear on Chang. That's actually extremely fine with me. For the most part, I'm really into free population. You have your 3 probes. Let's do the 3 probe thing. I guess it probably makes sense to praise them once before doing this, because the 3 probes are not going to get us to 50. We can afford to spend a little bit of influence, right? Yeah, this is only going to be 600. Yeah, and this is going to be considerably more expensive after we do this. Alright, so we've discovered 20 titanium in a box somewhere, I guess. Antimatter and adamantium. And +1 food on every population on all of our planets, which is not super relevant to us, actually. That's pretty good. We definitely need to get that. Gladly, we are on our way toward it. So we're just producing a lot of Riftborn, which I think is the right play. So now we have access to this. Should we... we could pick up split-second ablatives. Like, I'm still a little worried about our titanium supplies, which makes me reluctant to pursue Hunter-class vessels. But we could get tetrahedral-class vessels, which are... they're certainly weaker. But they use the resource that isn't the most important bottleneck we have. And we just work toward unlocking the next tier of this, although I guess movement points for civilian ships is a lot less valuable for us than it is for a lot of factions, due to the fact that we don't have civilian ships traveling to our outposts to turn them into colonies. So maybe it makes more sense to pursue something else then. I guess maybe extreme atmospherics and neural robotics, given that we are about to pick up a system that has... well, fingers crossed, we hope we are about to pick up a system that has these. Is Savannah available to us? Oh, that's on... No, it's not. Oh, wow, I've managed to type some total garbage into the field there. That probably has something to do with the result. Okay, yes, Savannah is available to us. So cool. That's a thing worth working on. And we have the titanium now to produce another singularity, which we should probably do. But where? Where is the place that is the smallest loss? It's probably here. I don't even know where we're going to spend that. We might just save it. Okay, so we need to make sure that the industrialists remain in the government despite the surging popularity of the pacifist party. Let's keep an eye on this result here. Alright, industrialists up. Not a big surprise. Oh hey. We've discovered a United Empire scouting ship. Not super happy about that one. So yeah, we'll get this done before that unit of Pulsos is done, and then once we have that, we'll figure out what all these are. You guys are apparently really, really slow. So we probably want to throw a little bit of praise on these Mavros as well, right? Let's fiddle with the government first. I don't want to do anything that might change the cost of it. You know, I'm paranoid. Alright, let's switch to a democracy. I do love those republic laws. We'll switch back to a republic. That's the plan. Alright, and then, yeah, we want to praise you once. And then do the 3 things, and then in 10 turns we'll have enough approval with them. I guess it doesn't really matter which one of these we do first. Start with the life form. It was a population unit. Also... Oh! We've discovered a star map that tells us where Psychagogia is. Well, that, you know, that could be more useful. It's a cool thing for that to exist, though. And we got a unit of amoeba population. Totally fine. Totally fine, not that exciting. So hopefully the United Empire are not going to be a big problem for us. We can praise these guys once as well, so in 5 turns we'll have minor quest coming with them. So we have all of these guys on the track to potential assimilation. Alright, Chang needs to get its science going. We need to get it to 60 science. We can do that. That shouldn't be a problem. Definitely think it makes sense to continue machine embodying. This is only going to be 10 industry here. We should probably not do this until it's cheaper to do that than it is to build the next Riftborn. And where are we at on Riftborn population anyway? 16. Okay. I can't run any laws. Oh, and we sure do have this. Let's see, this thing has 5 turns left. So we probably actually would be best dropping this somewhere else. Where do we want a 25% resource boost? Well, Gobris is coming along alright. Yeah, or maybe like Arcturus? A lot of science coming out of Arcturus. No, let's do it on Gobris. Percentage boosts are best applied to things that are already doing pretty well. And over here on Farber... Right, like it makes no sense for us to do this anywhere else. What do we have here? We have a locked ruin and a locked ruin. Okay, so we don't even have... These planets appear to be identical to our eyes. I guess let's go here. Who knows how that may turn out to look once we know what's actually in those curiosities. Well, alright, we are expanding. We're doing everything we can. This is still a bummer. That's still a thing that needs to get resolved. Wow, long star lane. Alright, I suppose we ought to look to picking up another planet here. These are both pretty bad, but this one has antimatter on it, and we are very close to being able to mine that, so I suppose this ought to be the pick. And then we could go Culture Center. It's not ideal here, the position of the influence bubble, but I don't know that it is going to be super meaningful anywhere else. Like Pixis, maybe, but Pixis doesn't have anywhere near the industry output. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna build it where it's gonna get done. Eventually. Very eventually. We should grab this planet first. And then move a bunch of population to it. Alright, Empire-wide approval is only content. We lost our approval law. That is gonna happen. Okay, here we need to grab another planet. That one makes sense, right? Yeah, definitely. Industry here is actually really good. Alright, let's do that for right now. We'll figure out what we want to do next turn. So we have to save up quite a bit of influence to switch our government back. Okay, we need to possess 5 cold planets to make our Riftborn happy. Are we... in a position to do that. Okay, we have a cold planet available here once we pick up the boreal type. This is temperate. Hot. We might have to find another system or two. I guess the assimilation of minor factions will help toward that as well. What is this system? Okay, 2 cold worlds, actually. Maybe worth going to grab right now? Like, if I wanted to make a Geist here. Yeah, that's probably worth the time. We should probably grab this, right? We're going to run into some approval problems based on our expansion. We'll fix them. We'll get there. Alright, dense atmosphere and the smart survivors battle tactic, which is not really very useful. And a very, very small amount of science. Cool. Well, I guess this guy's scouting is going to be not super valuable, it turns out. Right, so now we have this. We definitely want you to move back here. And then, yeah, just, like, produce Riftborn for a while. The only thing that really makes sense, I think. So it would be great if we could rush this. We're talking about 33k dust right now, so about 3k coming off of that every turn means that it's actually going to be kind of hard to buy anything out. Or buy any meaningful time off of it. That's a lot of money we're talking about there.
The Oregon.
Oh, hey. So probably what we're going to find over here is Riftborn space, or Vaulter space, rather. And what a coincidence, we found Auriga at the same time. Well, we should probably come over here, right? You know what else we found? Why, it's the Pilgrims. How many curiosities do you have available to explore? 2, 3... Okay, so I should say one nice thing about you. And you guys are not warmongers, right? No, okay. We also discovered the Titanium Projectile Enhancer module. That's pretty whatever. So we're a couple of turns off of being able to take any new minor faction quests. I think we may find ourselves in kind of a weird position expansion-wise. Well, like I keep saying, we'll solve it. We'll figure it out. I'm looking right at Cheng. I can see that the queue is empty. And yet, I press the button anyway. Yeah, I think it makes sense to fill this planet up at the very least. Figure stuff out from there. So we have... Okay, we actually hit the 20-point Riftborn bonus. So for clarity, in case you forgot, 15% now industry on any system that has at least one Riftborn, which is all of them, I believe. Yeah, we built Riftborn in here. I think we built at least one here. Yeah, okay, cool. So just 15% Empire-wide industry is what that was. That feels pretty alright. We're going to be running a pretty unusual Riftborn Empire here. It's a lot more biologicals than I'm used to. Also, man, there's a lot of pirates in the galaxy. Now that we're starting to meet other players, it perhaps makes sense for us to develop some military technology. I can see how that might be beneficial. Okay, Adamantian, and what else? Okay, the Few are the Proud. Not a battle tactic that I traditionally have a lot of use for. That might just be me being a little bit, like, stuffy with my battle tactic selection. I really do rely on the same ones all the time. Okay, so we've managed to find some interesting strategics. I've had some time to build up some luxuries here. Still only 2.3k, so not even enough to buy a turn off of that. Alright, our anarchy period is coming to an end soon. Not a huge surprise there, that polling. So obviously the only thing that matters here is the industrialist vote, and it looks like we are very clear on that. Ooh, are we industrialist scientists now? Oh, I guess we're a democracy. Right, so we, in fact, get to have 3 parties. So at this point, switching our government back is starting to get really expensive. It would be 1,200. And I guess we're working toward some pretty big influence boosts. You guys, we get a quest with. Explore ruin-type curiosities until you discover their sacred ruins. Well, you know, I'll see what I can do. Another system with both of the mid-tier strategics. Very interesting. Yeah, it's going to be tough for us to get to, the... Oh, hey! The, what do you call it? The Academy. And also a system that is entirely colonizable planets. Man, a huge lava world with binary moons for even more population space is pretty cool. And also a fair number of curiosities to explore. Hopefully some of them are ruins. That's coming along, but it's going to be a while. How far are we on the nearest? Next turn. Okay. So I should probably put some influence into you guys. I'm a little worried about the fact that they already have a buddy. They already have a sovereign. This might be too much expansion. Okay, so here we need either Atoll or Terran. Terran would be good. After we finish neurorobotics, we should probably grab this. AI labor is actually super good for us, and Terran colonization is also super good. Actually, we can put that in front, can't we? Because we don't have a source of adamantium currently. We're working toward one. It was important for us to grab the antimatter, so that we could start mining from Pixis. But we don't need the adamantium technology right away. Yeah. Okay. Well, now we have some people we could trade with, and maybe we could get some dust that way. Use that to rush this a little even faster. Alright, Cheng is... I mean, it's coming. We'll get there eventually. Well, that's annoying. Apparently we need to clear the place first.
The Empire.
Alright, they would like some of our dust. I obviously have no interest in helping them out with that. Alright, let's see what the nearest want from us. Build 21 or more buildings in your empire within the next 15 turns. I think we can probably do that. We got a lot of empire over here. That's true, this system has no available population slot. Well, let's make this a priority. So since I think I'm not going to be able to get enough dust to do any significant rushing on Primus, do I want to just buy these out? Yeah, probably. Let's get that done, and then we'll build Riftborn population over there. So yeah, this is definitely... No, I didn't want them both to go to the same place. That's why I split them up. Why does one of them only have 3 movement? Weird. Yeah, but this is the place where the Vaulter ship spawns, so they should be around here somewhere. I don't particularly want them to be. To be clear, that's not beneficial to us at all. Alright, do we have any ruins? We've discovered dust ruins. Okay, that's not bad. And also a free technology. Sometime soon. And there is another ruin curiosity here, so we could get lucky and get this simulation quest done next turn. Maybe. Yeah, man, we need to drive this number way, way up. Oh, right, I have an actual government now. I'm not even running laws. We still don't want to run any influence costing laws, I think, but I do want Toys for Boys back. Not quite as good as it used to be, but our empire is happy enough. And then, do we want to run anything else? We definitely don't want to run Cram Exam Act at this point. We could go Brains over Bucks. I don't know that we really need to, though. Basically, all I want to do is get enough influence to switch back to a republic, and then I will be content that we have done enough. Although, if we can't do it before the next election, is it still worth doing? Yeah, probably. If we have to do it right after, that would still be fine. Alright, let's grab that other ruin. That wasn't it either. That's a shame.
I greet you in the name...
Alright, a random ship out here. I'm glad that we managed to grab all these systems up before they showed up. I think we want to keep our one person here. Then just build... Well, we probably want to get drone networks up. I guess we want to buy drone networks. And then Xeno-Industrial Infrastructure is 20 industry now, at less than twice the cost of machine embodiment. The machine embodiment's 14 points, though. You know, I think I'm doing that thing again where I'm not considering the full value of the population point plus the slot they're going in. Yeah, the machine embodiment is 14 points. So we want to do at least one of those before we build the other thing. You, at this point, I think it still makes sense to go for improved deposit values. You just need more titanium, always. I think I want you to stay over here for now. Yeah. We'll just build some more industry off of there.
The Empire will...
It's true, I did refuse to pay. I don't even know where you are. I do not feel threatened by you. Alright, so we probably want to actually keep the population over here, I guess. Unless moving off makes us happier enough. No, it does not. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to keep the population over here for the extra industry. I think we can afford to switch this to the Spin Project. It's probably more important. You need to chill for a while. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Yeah, I guess just go to Elma and hang out. Like, at some point we'll have probe time enough to send probes out around and see if we can't find something. Let's see. Yeah, we have both of these quests. It's just a matter of time. I right-clicked. I mean, you all saw the number appear and then disappear.
I trust you no more than I would trust a clan merchant.
Am I trespassing in your territory? Okay, apparently I am. I'm fine with this, actually. Let's just teleport them back to Kuyos. Let's have one of them explore this way. Hey, I'm trying to queue you up here. Explore that way. We can see a vault or influence bubble over here, so we know they are down there already. And honestly, the other one of these ships, I think, is going to very, very slowly fly toward Pixis. I'm super annoyed by the number of pirates that are running around. Yeah, well, this ship's dead either way. And of course, if we had kept this ship here, that pirate never would have come over here. Ah, it's very annoying. We need to actually get rid of some of these pirate spawns. Give me that. How much? It's 5.6. There's no way we have 5.6. We just do not have the resources to sell. I mean, I think we're doing the right thing everywhere. Part of, I like the Riftborn a lot in a lot of ways, but I do think it's kind of a shame how often it's the right thing to just build more population, so on all of your systems you end up spending all of your early turns just doing machine embodiment over and over and over. Alright, trying to remember, where are we on all these quests? What are we doing? We're still trying to raise that system science to 60. We're not going to do this. We're working on that. I need Sibel to actually happen. Alright, so we have no more ruins to search, right? Does that mean that I want to use my probes for something else for a little while? So we gotta find the ruins. We gotta get these guys assimilated. We can... Yeah, we can send out scouting probes to try to feel out a little bit more of this central area. Hopefully find ourselves some more minor factions. Can never have enough. Yeah, food converts into dust. Sounds okay to me. Terribly annoying pirates at Kuyos. Actually pretty dangerous ones. And I don't have a tactic that's going to allow me to stay at medium with them. Well, we're slightly better at short range than we are at long. Not really slightly, but better. So I guess this is the move. A grave defeat. Oh hey, it wasn't pirates at all. So we're going to yell at her, obviously.
Speak. Let us see if we can trust
Really?
your
I
word.
can't tell her to stop attacking me despite the fact that her camouflage failed and we know that it was her? That seems strange. Alright, get me another Geist. Yeah, that's really weird. You're still just waiting. Oh, you found something. No explorable curiosities makes me a little bit nervous. I guess let's send this ship down here as well. Who knows? Maybe that'll be, wow, that's an interesting system. Maybe that direction, maybe that place that we're sending them, that constellation down there, will have enough branches in it that it will make sense to have 2 scout ships. Okay, building, building, building. I mean, we're doing our best. Hopefully we can grab Sable. I guess we do need to stop building Riftborn for a little while so that we can get Patient Zero done, don't we? Well, Chang has some basic stuff it can build that'll work toward that goal. In fact, this is, I think, totally worth rushing. Yeah, so we'll be headed towards 60 pretty quickly there. Alright, I think we should have that under control. And I think that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Not a terribly exciting episode, but the next one might be, because we need to blow up an awful lot of space pirates. So come back and see if I can figure out a way to do that without throwing off my entire industry curve. And we'll see you then.